Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you are. My name is John, or Last Frontier Bricks, and this is my review of the LEGO Jurassic World Rebirth Spinosaurus and Quetzalcoatlus Air Mission. It's a bit of a mouthful. This set number is 76976, comes with 984 pieces, including 4 minifigures and 2 large dinosaurs, and retails at $160, of which I'm sure quite a bit of that budget went into that molded Spinosaurus, which we are getting for the very first time in this set. I picked this set up, I kid you not, only about 2-3 hours after seeing Jurassic World Rebirth in theaters. Quite enjoyed that movie. So definitely check it out if you haven't yet. Honestly, I was like, as soon as I got out of the movie, I was like, I know I already have the Mosasaur, but I want to get some more of those Rebirth sets. So I went down to the Lego store. I was contemplating between this and the Titanosaur and Velociraptor set, but I felt like this one would get you more of a budget. Like the Lego store actually had this set built and on display, so I could see what it would look like once it's fully built. Plus, one of the Lego store employees totally recommended it. It was like, he said something that I totally agree with this set, and that it's like, this set is like Jurassic Park meets Indiana Jones, and it just looks fantastic. So, I mean, I just had to pick it up. So, taking a look at the box art, we see the full set in all its glory, with the dinosaurs, the Spinosaurus and Quetzalcoatlus in action, along with both vehicles that come with the set, the small helicopter and the 6-wheel truck, plus the full temple going on here with basically everybody in action. Plus, you get a full lineup of your figures: Zora Bennett, Martin Krebs, Dr. Henry Loomis, and Duncan Kincaid, as well as the Spinosaurus and Quetzalcoatlus down there, bottom right corner. Plus, you get the Spinosaurus in the movie up there in the top right corner. Taking a look at the top of the box, you can see all 4 of your minifigures lined up, as well as a 1-to-1 image of the Zora Bennett figure swinging around. To the left side, you can see a concept art in the image of the Spinosaurus, and in the back, you can see another lineup of the set. This time, showing the set from the back, so you can see how that. So you can on the box, you can see both the front and the back of the set, along with quite a few of the play features, like basically making the whole temple fall apart, along with them messing around with some of the booby traps in this set. This set does not have any of the pushed tabs, so you have to open up the box with a box knife, cutting the tape. There we go. All right, and you get notice with this box, like I said, that this has the little carrying handle built into it. And already looking it up, well, there's the torso of the Quetzalcoatlus, big piece, and that's a rather big piece. But you notice, I actually finally get another set that has bags that are paper, which is probably for the large molded pieces. For probably I feel like in here, I feel like I'm feeling the Spinosaurus torso and tail, maybe the wings of the Quetzalcoatlus as well. But other than that, we got one. So count that bag. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Another paper bag. So that's 5, 6. Oh, there's those Quetzalcoatlus wings and the jaw of the Spinosaurus. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's the. Oh, I don't really know what that is. Oh, that might be the file folder. I think this might be back. Okay, let me double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 bags of parts, actually. Then you got the. I'm guessing this is supposed to be the new file folder for the instruction manual, but it's also in paper. So yeah, I guess it goes really getting into the whole paper bags bit. If they're putting the instruction manual in paper as well, instead of the semi-cardboard file folder. There we go. Okay, so we got at least one sticker sheet with quite a bit of stickers going on there. Honestly, I only just know I didn't even know that this large sticker here, which is shows off more like Ice Age animals here. Like you got like that's obviously a woolly mammoth. If I think that like this is supposed to be some sort of elk, I won't be surprised if this might be supposed to be a saber-toothed tiger. Also showing off with some poor animal being abducted by a UFO. So yeah, that's that's a pretty decent sized sticker sheet. And there's actually 2 instruction manuals in the. Oh wait, no, it's 3 actually. So let's see. Instruction manual 1 and instruction manual 1 has bags 1 and 2 where you get Zora, the truck, and the Quetzalcoatlus. This instruction manual 3, you have, let's see, I believe that's Krebs, along with the helicopter and Spinosaurus. And then you get your 2 other figures, Dr. Loomis and Duncan, along with the temple. So with instruction manual number 1, we'll open it up first. We got an ad for paper bags, and it said that actually does have paper bags for once. We just jump straight into build. Take a look at the back. Just shows the completed and the image of what you completed in that instruction manual. Jump in instruction manual number 2, just pick up right where you left off, and once again, completed image. And with instruction manual number 3, we again pick up right where we left off, and take a look. We have 2, 4, 6 pages of parts for your part list, along with images as of the other sets. It's in the way, with the exception of the Mosasaurus set. Kind of interesting why they went that route. If anything, I've swapped off the Aqualops Dolores set, since that's kind of a bit of the outlier, where all the other sets are play sets. Since the Dolores is a buildable character. So yeah, personally, if I was picking the images of which sets to be in here, or I would have had the Mosasaur and swap out Dolores. Anyway, this looks like it's going to be a fun, big build. A bit too big piece-wise for a time-lapse, so I'll go ahead and build this off-camera, and we'll jump into the review of the set once I finish building the set, and we'll go ahead and jump into that right now. All right, the build is done. That took, I'd say it took a good 2-3 hours to build if you're if you were entirely focused on building it. Admittedly, I wasn't. I was watching Star Wars: The Clone Wars at the same time. But all in all, that was quite an enjoyable build. Lots of fun details going on here. We'll go ahead and start off with the minifigures, starting off with our main character, Zora Bennett. Not surprisingly, she uses the Jyn Erso slash it's a Black Widow hair face print. Again, not too surprising. And the character Zora Bennett is played by Scarlett Johansson. So of course they use the same face print that they use for Black Widow as they would for her. Good, interesting choice for the hairpiece. Not really sure I agree with the color. Says Scarlett Johansson in that movie is more of a natural blonde than this dirty blonde color. But I will say the coloring on the torso looks really nice, like the addition of a little necklace. Is it there? The little bit of skin on there. It doesn't look too faded out like as we usually get with some of these figures. Plus, I like the addition of like the chest plate in there. Also some nice printing going on both on the belt and on the legs, where you can see like she's got a pouch on the left side and a thing of rope on the right, which would come in quite handy in the scene that this set is based off of. And her accessories appear to be a flashlight and apparently some sort of tracking device that apparently is tracking the Quetzalcoatlus. I will say that this is a sticker. Nice printing on the back where she looks like she's got some sort of climbing hook, and she does have a more action ready face. So nice is a figure there. Next up, we've got honestly the guy I can't remember his name, so I just calling him Mr. Money Hungry. Here, as Zora mentioned, that basically he wants all the money, from getting all the DNA to make that cure for heart disease. We have Martin Krebs. Interesting face print for him. I gotta admit, I feels like very Han Solo or Captain America, and the hairpiece actually kind of reminds me of almost like the Tony Stark hairpiece, just less spiky. But in this nice brown coloring, he does have an alternate face, which is again a more angry face. It's good printing on the front and back of the torso, where it's basically just this white dress shirt, which admittedly he didn't exactly dress well for this little adventure. He basically dressed up like he would for a business meeting, so it's like this dress shirt. But as you can see, they've got plenty of markings where this thing has gotten dirtied up, and much like Zora, he's got a pouch which on his left leg. Plus, you get a little bit of metallic thing going on. And his accessory is your usual Jurassic World style dart gun with a needle in blue. So nice figure there for our antagonist. Next up, we have our paleontologist, Dr. Henry Lewis. Is that nice printing going on with him, like the metallic printing going on with his glasses. He's basically got the same hairpiece as a Martin, but just a little different. And he does have a secondary face, which let's see, probably need to take the head off since he's got the backpack on. There we go. Oh, again, another action-ready face. Again, he comes with a backpack. Okay, nothing too crazy going on with his back print, but it looks pretty good. As for the front print, that looks really nice, like very Alan Grant, which, to be honest, honestly makes sense considering we learned in the movie, spoiler alert, he was actually a bit of a intern under who studied under Dr. Grant. So I guess it makes sense where he would have where his attire for this little adventure would resemble Dr. Grant's. And so no arm or leg printing going on, but I don't think he really needed in them. And his accessories are a camera and a pair of binoculars. So nice going on with him. And finally, we have who honestly was actually probably my favorite human character in the movie. We have Duncan Kincaid. I like the black beret they gave him. No alternate print for his face because, of course, the beret wouldn't cover it up. But you do get some nice printing going on there with the green belt and a bit of metallic printing going on. No arm or leg printing. But he all comes with a backpack. Let me get that off so you can see the back print. Again, nothing going on with the exception of the continuing green belt. But like I said, he's got a backpack, get a machete, and we'll get his head back on. There we go. And probably one of my new favorite pieces in this. So technically, it's not actually a new piece. It's the classic Lego revolver, like you see from the Wild West sets, but it's an orange. It's in an orange color to turn it into a flare gun. Which, to be honest, when I first saw that in the images of the set, I was like, that is ingenious. Why didn't Lego think of doing that in the first place? So yeah, that is a great use for that classic Wild West pistol mold. Like just color it green and it looks perfect. It looks like a flare gun. So yeah, I really love that. So all in all, for your four figures, there's nothing too crazy going on with a lot of them, but they're pretty accurate to what you see in the movie. Next up, we will take a look at our dinosaurs, starting off with our first appearance of a Jurassic style Spinosaurus. This did show up in like the early 2000s with like the dino sets that were basically buildable dinosaurs in like bionicle pods. But long story short, it really the model wasn't really a Spinosaurus. It's basically it was literally just a T-Rex with a spine on it. That's what the Spinosaurus was. this is just so much better than what we get. This is very, very accurate to what you see in the movie, from the coloring of like the brown and the like the dark tan, for the body, along with the those tiger stripes on the sail. This looks very, very accurate, as does the tail. In fact, the whole tail section is one piece, but as you can see, it kind of changes back here. That's because this section here is your regular plastic, while here it's more of a hard rubber. So no one's gonna really hurt themselves if they get hit with the back of that tail. The head, it looks absolutely fantastic. And you got some good printing going on here with individual scales. Lost the word there. The individual scales. I do like the addition of like the little bit of red behind the eyes. I don't remember that being in the movies. But again, I do like that addition. Of course, the mouth can open, and you got fully closed, fully open, and you can get to a point where it's got a bit of a halfway. But honestly, while I usually like it halfway, this one with the Spinosaur, it doesn't really open too much to where I feel like the jaw's broken. But until you can't move the head a full 360 degrees, and you can move it up and down to give it quite a bit of posability. The arms can move forward and back, and you can notice that the arms have a stud attached. So we'll take our money, our money-hungry bad guy, and you can have the Spinosaurus grab onto our guy, onto your figures, and turn that character into his next meal. So nice. So yeah, nice to have that little bit of playability. Yeah, and of course the legs can move forward and back, and you can rotate the tail, uh, while accurate, you may notice that the back portion of the sail moves onto the tail, and that kind of moves the tail along with it. Also, you can see that there's actually two studs back here at the base of the sail, so you can actually kind of have one of your characters right the Spinosaurus style, and the Spinosaurus Flintstone style. So that's actually a nice bit of playability as well. I do have the T-Rex from the Jurassic Park Visitor Center here for a little bit of size comparison, and as you notice, that actually they're basically about the same size. So if you got one of these Jurassic Park / World T-Rexes, you know about same size as that you're going to get for the Spinosaurus. So all in all, for Lego's first rendition of the Spinosaurus, I think they knocked it out of the park. I give it a solid 10 out of 10. I've been expecting them to make the Spinosaurus in the Jurassic Park / World style since we got the Baryonyx in one of the Jurassic World Secret of Isla Nublar sets, and then also we got one with Camp Cretaceous. But honestly, I wasn't expecting them to take so long. But I gotta say, yeah, taking a look at their efforts, I'd say the wait was worth it. And of course, we have the other big dinosaur, that being the Quetzalcoatlus. You guys may have noticed when I did the unboxing, I definitely made the note of how big just the torso of the Quetzalcoatlus from the beak to the feet was. And that's because, well, here's the Pteranodon. As you can see, the Quetzalcoatlus just dwarfs this thing. And, like, I did measurements with this, scaling measurements. The torso itself is about twice as long as the Pteranodon is. And like I said, this thing just dwarfs the Pteranodon. This thing makes the Pteranodon look like a kid compared to it. Anyway, I do like, while it's not quite accurate to what you see in the movie, like the Spinosaur was, I do like this light blue coloring going on here with the added brown. That's a nice color combination. Plus, you got like a light nougat there on the back. And strangely enough, what I wasn't expecting was this metallic green printing on the back that goes from the back of the head to about almost the midpoint of the neck. That's a really nice addition. You see that there is a 1x2 space is in the torso of the Quetzalcoatlus that you can attach to things. The beak does open up. It takes a bit, but unlike the okay, so actually I was gonna say unlike the Spinosaurus, you can't really get the beak into a halfway point, but actually you can. But honestly, much like the Spinosaurus, this beak opening this wide doesn't feel all that bad. You may also notice that unlike the Pteranodon, where you got the clip system going on, now you've got the click joints to attach the wings to the body. Yeah, which honestly feels really nice. Like you can move the wings up and down, but also can kind of get them move forward and back. So like you can almost look like this thing is almost make this thing look like it's crawling around. Also, one interesting note is that the hands for the Pteranodon look quite a bit different. If anything, they almost look like small like Lego dinosaur feet than hands. But speaking of those feet, you'll notice that the feet are basically shaped like minifigure hands, so they can so the feet can hold on to anything a Lego minifigure can. So all in all, for our two dinosaurs, they just Lego knocked him out of the park. I know Lego did the Quetzalcoatlus for the Jurassic World Dominion set, for one of the Jurassic World Dominion sets, but I never got a hold of that set. So this is my first time experiencing the Quetzalcoatlus in Lego form, and this thing looks fantastic. I love both the dinosaurs here. I mean, if the dinosaurs are what bump up the price of this set to $160, I say worth it. These guys look fantastic. So for our secondary builds, first off, we got this large crate here that our team uses to carry around the DNA. You got a couple orange lights here on the front. You got a large sticker here on top, and the whole thing can just come right off top because it's only held on by two studs, and you got a printed tile all here with basically like some controls, and you see a couple of syringes in here, one in yellow, one in gray. But this set does, but like with Martin, you can remember this. He's got a Jurassic Park tranquilizer with a blue syringe. So if you want, and the Lego actually did provide an extra syringe in each color, so you can have the crate actually hold all three things of DNA that they need, because in the movie, the Quetzalcoatlus is the species that get the DNA from last. First it was the Mosasaur, then the Titanosaur, then the Quetzalcoatlus. So you can actually have your case hold all three of your DNA samples. Plus, of course, we got a couple of vehicles. The first one you build is this truck. I am happy to say that Jurassic Park logo on the front is printed. Unfortunately, basically everything else on here is stickers. All the number 5s here. Although I do like this one here where it looks like the Spinosaurus has taken a swipe at the truck. Admittedly, the Spinosaurus we only got like 1 or 2 minutes of the Spinosaur on land. But I do like the fact that they added it into this set. It does feel like the $160 is more worth it. Plus, if they had added it in with the Mosasaur set, which is where the Spinosaur actually appeared, it would bump up the price on that guy. So I feel like it's a bit of a balance it's there. Plus, I feel like having the Spinosaur in that set in the Mosasaur set would have taken away a bit from the Mosasaur. So again, it's a bit of a give and take with the sets. But again, I am glad that they had the Spinosaur in this set. Anyway, you'll also get a couple of number 5 stickers, plus the handles was on the stickers on the sides, as well as a couple of engine logos on the back of the truck. Okay, you can just lift the top off of it, as it's just held on there by a couple of jumpers, and you can see that there's actually seating for probably too many figures. Let me see what I can do here. So we'll go ahead and put Zora in the driver's position. There we go. And we'll go ahead, throw in her buddy Duncan in the right side. I think I can fit him in there with the backpack. Yeah, he gets. I can get him in there with the backpack. The question is, like, if I can get him in the spot I'm supposed to get him in. Uh, Come on. There we go. Oh, now she's loose. I think I need the arms at different positions for them to fit. There we go. Okay, so basically the hands are kind of holding, so the hands are basically holding onto the doors, but you can fit 2 minifigures in there. Just pop the top back on. A little cramped in there with Zora's hair and Duncan's hat on. But yeah, you can fit 2 minifigures back in there. And you notice that there's space in the back of the truck for your DNA storage case. So they're all loaded up and they're ready to go. And then we also have a helicopter, which admittedly neither of these two vehicles are seen in the movie, but they had some nice play features going on. I do like the build of this helicopter. It's nothing too crazy, but it's a good size. You'll notice that the helicopter is marked number 3 and the truck number 5. That's because in basically all the sets, it's from this Jurassic World Rebirth line, and there's a bunch of vehicles with this red and tan color scheme, and they're all marked different numbers. So you can basically build up a small vehicle pool with these numbered vehicles. Anyway, yeah, the helicopter blade on top spins just fine. I do like the yellow on the tips. Also, it does have the smaller rotor in the back. Got a nice Technic piece in the back here for the tail. Also, kind of like I'm not sure if these are supposed to be like exhausts or turbo boost for the helicopter, but they're a nice addition. They do have a couple of stud launchers that fire the 1x1 circular tiles. These ones are in transparent yellow, and as usual, Lego does provide a few extra shots. Also, the canopy can open super simple. You'll notice there is a printed 1x2 cheese slope. Here we're with some controls. I believe, actually, now I think about it, I believe I forgot to mention. Yep, that same 1x2 cheese slope is in the truck as well. But take a look at the back of the helicopter. You can see that kind of like Zora's tracking device for the Quetzalcoatlus. You'll notice that the helicopter is actually tracking the Spinosaur. Also, you do have a small control handle for the helicopter, just not as big as what we usually see. And then you can, of course, put a minifigure in the at the controls of the helicopter. You notice there's only 2 studs in there, so there's enough grip on there to hold on to the minifigure, but it'll make it easy to get your figure out once you want to get him out of the cockpit. Now, if we can just get him in there. There we go. And there we go. Okay, so actually, take a look. It's actually not all that cramped in there for him, and you can basically get to where it looks like your minifigure is actually holding onto the controls. So yeah, just close that up, and he's good to go as well. So not bad for the vehicles either. Also, now for moving on to the main build, which, like I said, is very much Indiana Jones. In fact, we don't really know a whole lot about this thing. It's actually quite a bit of a mystery as to why this temple is even in the movie. But yeah, it's in the movie. It's so kind of weird. So first off, on the left side, you got a little bit of a dock with a waterfall, and you can kind of see maybe have it be like some sort of secret entrance, especially since the front entrance is actually quite dangerous. Let me pull Loomis out. as a little bit of a demonstration. There isn't real. Actually, there kind of are some. There's a couple of jumpers here, so you can put your minifigure there. But there's a nice little gimmick here. Basically, you got a little chain here sent by the rock wall, which I gotta say the rock wall looks really nice. You got plenty of plants growing around all the rock. It's all nice and rocky. Plus, I like the shape of the cave entrance, which basically looks like you're walking into a giant mouth. But anyway, you pull this chain and watch this. nice little booby trap here with a falling, like basically a mace hammer and a couple of axes, and basically just to reset it, all you have to do is push it up, and you can hear some clicking in there. I think it'd be easier to show you how that works once I show you the backside. But one note, if you just have your minifigure just standing there on that 2x4 tile, you can see if I can get it in there. Yeah, that the trap hits it with enough force that if you're having your figure standing on that tile, he's gonna go flying. So yeah, really cool, little booby trap going on there. Also, I think Lego was trying to basically turn this into like a rock priming wall, because you got all these like little like 1x1 tiles with the little stubs on them, so you can basically have your minifigure almost look like they're grabbing on to the rock wall and make it look like they're climbing up the rock wall. And then once you get on top, you'll notice there's quite a bit of detail going on here. Like you got some sort of statue, in the middle here, another one over here on the side. You've got a torch over here, which I'm sure would be useful. And then you've got the Quetzalcoatlus nest with one regular egg just in there and one that's clearly been hatched. And I like all the added detail to the nest itself. Like you got these vine pieces that are in brown, which kind of look like sticks. You got different coloring here to represent different foliage. So a really nice little nest here. Plus, you've got another booby trap. Basically, you might have noticed this little branch here with just a little leaf here. Basically, you'll pull that down and watch this. Boom! The whole thing falls apart. That's because the branch piece is attached to this Technic piece here, with like one like regular hole and one like screwdriver shaped hole. And as you pull that down, this particular statue is only held on there by two studs, and as you pull it down, it pops loose. And then this piece is only held on by these two jumpers here. So you're basically able to make the whole thing fall apart. Also, as you may have noticed, at the beginning, I had the Quetzalcoatlus up here on this jumper here, which honestly, they actually show on the box. So that's how I was inspired to do that. And then once you can swing this thing around, you got some nice detail going on here. You got some sticker detail going on here with some more statues. You got that almost Ice Age looking sticker here on the side. Also tucked into the corners, you can see what looks like to be some sort of rock with an amethyst inside. And more creepy, you got a human skull in here. But also hidden behind the over there by the waterfall, you notice you got a 1x1 transparent orange brick in there with a print of a mosquito. That's supposed to be an amber piece with a mosquito inside. As for how that the chain works, let me see if I think I can get this thing off without taking too much apart. There we go. Okay, that actually worked fantastically. I thought it would work since basically the whole top part here. Whoops, grabbed on the wrong part. Is just held on to these 8 studs. Well, 10 studs. So anyway, for that little chain here, you notice this mechanism here which is holding all the traps. And you got this red Technic piece here. Well, that Technic piece fits into the grooves of this Technic gear. So as you move, you can hear the clicking. And so once you get the hammer and axes up to the point where they're ready to drop, that Technic piece here, again, that's stuck into the grooves of the axle, so it's holding it in place. Basically, all the chain does is lift that Technic piece just enough to where it's no longer holding on to that axle, and it makes the hammer and axes drop. That is a really cool play feature, and a really cool way on how to make it function. So that's basically everything in the set. So for $160, again, I really like this. Also, might as well show off the extra pieces. I know I haven't been doing that for a while, but I kind of starting to do it again. But take a look. You actually got quite a few extra pieces. You got an extra flare gun. You got an extra machete for Duncan. As I mentioned, you get extra syringes in all the colors, some extra fire pieces, actually some extra foliage. So yeah, you actually get quite a few extra pieces with this set. So as I said, for $160, I really like this thing. Again, I gotta admit, I'm a sucker for either new dinosaurs or a dinosaur we've gotten before, but in a new coloring, and we get both of those in this set, where we get the brand new Spinosaurus and the Quetzalcoatlus in that bluish gray coloring. But again, I feel like you get a lot out of this set. Like this is almost 1,000 pieces. So most people would say, the price per piece with this thing would be $100. But with those 1,000 pieces, you actually get a lot of stuff. You get four minifigures, two dinosaurs, two large dinosaurs. In fact, again, you get 4 minifigures. You get the 2 vehicles, and you get a really large display, a really large playset that is actually quite accurate to the movie. Like, there's a lot of stuff in here that's quite accurate to what you get in the movie, including all four of the characters. So for, again, $160, this is a pretty solid playset. So like, again, it might seem a bit high with that $160 price point, but I think the dinosaurs are part of that, especially considering, again, the Spinosaurus is brand new and unique to this set. This is the first time LEGO's ever done the molded Spinosaurus. So if you guys enjoyed Jurassic World Rebirth, I very much did. Like I said, I got this set like right after seeing it in the theaters. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed that movie, I see no reason why you wouldn't enjoy the set. You got your 2 dinosaurs, which again, really great dinosaurs. You got a great play set to mess around with. Like I said at the beginning, it's very much Jurassic World meets Indiana Jones. I think you guys are gonna love this set. So that will be the end of this video. Thank you for joining me for it. If you guys enjoyed it, you know what to do. Hit like, subscribe, all that stuff. Ring the bell to be notified of all videos as soon as they become available. Check out my channel and some more of my content, including all of my LEGO Jurassic Park and Jurassic World set reviews on the end screen in just a few seconds. And I will see you all in the next video. Later, everybody!